Not too long ago, a judge in Pennsylvania struck down the ban on gay marriage, saying that, gay people have every right to get married as straight people do. What was really interesting is that this was a judge who was appointed by George W. Bush. He was voted on. He was supported by Rick Santorum, one of the most notorious anti-gay politicians out there. And he's the guy who said, yes, let's strike down the ban. As you can imagine, Christian right groups are flipping out. And one of them, the American Family Association of Pennsylvania, they sent out a press release to their supporters that said all these crazy things. This was an unconstitutional act by the judge. The judge was defying the will of the people. Marriage is between one man and one woman. All the stock responses that, anti-gay bigots have been giving for years now. I have a few questions for any of these people, any of these groups that flip out every time a state says, we're going to support gay marriage now. How many judges have to rule in favor of same-sex marriage before conservative Christians stop referring to their decisions as judicial activism? How large of a majority of Americans need to support gay marriage before you stop saying it's the will of the people to ban that for good? A Gallup poll recently came out that said 55% of Americans now support same-sex marriage. And that number's only going up. So at what point do they stop saying it's the will of the people? Because it's not the will of the people anymore. And while we're on the subject, since when does the will of the people matter in these issues anyway? The whole point of our legal system is that judges aren't supposed to be influenced by popular opinion. They're supposed to make their decisions based on what the law says. How many same-sex couples need to get married before conservative Christians stop using this line that the Bible says that marriage is between one man and one woman? Because it's not going to be that long. It's not that far away when they're going to say, no, of course the Bible supports marriage between same-sex couples. The Bible says marriage is a good thing. That's coming. They're going to do that soon. But at what point are they going to make that switch? How many other Republican appointed and supported judges need to rule in favor of same-sex marriage before you realize the law is on the side of the same-sex couples here? Just out of curiosity, what other rights do you think the people ought to be able to vote on and take away? Some of the religious right groups even said they wanted to impeach Judge Jones after he made this decision. And I'm wondering, do you think it's fair to impeach every judge that you disagree with? Because I have yet to see any religious right movement to impeach Chief Justice John Roberts for his Obamacare decision. As more states begin to allow same-sex marriage, this bigotry that so many Christians have against the LGBT community, that's going to start to set in stone. This is the trait that we're going to remember Christians by in the future. And you know what? People like me are not going to let anybody forget it. My name is Hemant Mehta, and I write at friendlyatheist.com. Please leave a comment below, and we will check them out.